just before we get started, you definitely give just permission for Morrisons to use this on the Facebook page.
Yep.
Raise awareness, and if you don't feel comfortable answering any of the questions, just let me know.
Sure.
Or if you need to go out for a minute or whatever, just take your time.
That's alright.
Yeah. Okay, so the first question is, what is your name?
My name is Cameron and I am a colleague with Morrisons Helensburgh. I have been here since the end of November last year, and today I'm here to talk about autism awareness.
Tremendous. So what do you enjoy doing in your spare time?
What I enjoy doing in my spare time, well, I very much like to play my Xbox and like playing a mixture of games on it. I like watching like The Chase on the TV, and I've got Beat the Chasers coming back on Saturday night.
There you go.
I'm also a huge fan of the Formula 1 and the British touring cars as well, which are starting back relatively soon. And I cannot wait to see it, and it's Bahrain. Yep. Can't wait to be shouting on Lando Norris and Daniel Ricciardo over at McLaren this weekend.
Michael Schumacher's son, see?
Mick Schumacher, the spitting image of his dad.
Yeah. Okay, so the next question is, what is your role in the shop?
My role in the shop is with the replaying crew. Basically, I'm maintaining presentation and doing in-store tidy-ups, which also comes back to maintaining presentation. And I'm also a customer assistant as well, there to help with the customer queries as well. I also take part in store rumbles at 3 o'clock with the other shop managers as well, and I'm kind of a self-proclaimed lead rumbler.
A rumble king?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, so how do you find working here? Are you enjoying it?
I really like it, yeah. It was a hard road for me getting a job to begin with. It was a long, annoying path which lasted a good couple of years, but now I finally got a job. Started out as a temp here, although it was a permanent job I was looking for. And I found out back in mid-February off leave that it had been made permanent, and as soon as she told me, I just could not believe the news. After she told me, I got a huge surprise, like that, and for me it was just the best thing I'd heard in a long time.
Definitely couldn't do without you either.
Definitely not.
No. So is there anything that I or anyone else in this shop could do to make you feel more comfortable?
I'm not 100% sure about that one, no. I feel like I'm treated just as equally well as everybody else, even if I do have autism as well, and don't really want to be singled out as being autistic, because I just really don't think that's very nice, and I don't really want to be labelled with it either, because of all the stereotypes, etc.
So have you had any other jobs before this?
Yes, I have. I was stewarding down at Dumbarton football ground from 2015. I'm still involved with it, but whether or not I'm going to keep it up or whether or not I'm going to call time on it, I've yet to determine. So that's still subject to confirmation. I have also volunteered down at Dumbarton football ground for starting up, for cleaning the stadium for the new season starting, even if it was behind closed doors, of course. And that was a couple of weeks throughout July last year. And shortly before that, I started volunteering down at the Salvation Army in Dumbarton, which I'm still active with, and I'm definitely plan to keep going with when I've got the time and when I've got time off work as well. I've also volunteered in the Helensburgh shop as well.
Good stuff. So how was your school experiences?
My school experiences were pretty good. I got a lot of additional support for exams as well. I would get some extra time, usually about 10-15 minutes, and I'll do them in support for learning, where I wasn't among such a massive crowd of people, which I came to the conclusions that it was to help me focus, as you put it just there. But really working in the support for learning, it really done wonders for me, because I wasn't as put off by like the huge crowd there. Fourth year, I'd done all but 2 exams in the support for learning. I did my French and home economics exams in the assembly hall with everybody else, but all my other subjects I did, they were all in the support for learning. And some of them I would type up as well for like some English, computing, history as well, but the extra time as well really done wonders for me. and that carried on through to 6th year as well.
Yeah. So do you have anything else to add for people that might not necessarily know what autism is?
Yeah, I would like to talk a little bit about what autism is.
Sure, yeah.
So, what is autism? It is a neurological condition which you are born with right from day one. There is no type of medication or vaccine, if you will, to get rid of it. You're basically living with it the whole of your life, really. But people with autism, they struggle to pick up on the likes of sarcasm, jokes, and conversations as well. Because throughout my life, the sarcasm has been a major weakness for me. And understanding figures of speech as well is also a major weakness for them. I remember as well when I was in school, I was taking one-on-one to learn about figures of speech, etc. People with autism are 9 times out of 10 very down to earth. They like to say things as they are. They don't like lying about stuff, and that's definitely me as well. They are also very passionate about things that they're interested in. Like for myself with Formula 1 and British touring cars, and with Lando Norris and Daniel Ricciardo, as I just said about McLaren there. Also for me, heavy metal music as well. Was listening to Judas Priest when I came down earlier on, and model railways as well are some of my biggest passions. As well, people with autism, they are often resistant to change in their daily, weekly routines. Because I've had that quite a lot throughout my life when I've been at my groups and we've been talking about changing venues, but I've always been resistant to change as well, and didn't like the idea of moving to another venue because I was that comfortable with where I was.
Yeah, I suppose that kind of helps that you're now settled in this role here as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's us. Thank you very much for taking part.
Not a problem.